This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, I'm Diana Simonson, and I'm here to show you a demo of how FrameReady integrates with QuickBooks Online. First, to start, you want to push the Setup Data button from the main menu, and then choose the Fiscal tab. Make sure you have your tax set up to match what will be imported from the QuickBooks Online system. You will need to set that up in QuickBooks Online using the QuickBooks Online web interface, which I have open here in the background. Here's the tax tab. You'll want to make sure that's all set up before you start integrating with FrameReady. You also want to set up products if you have any specifics that you want to set up with products. And if you will be pushing refunds, you'll want to set up your accounts, your chart of accounts as well. So that's where your chart of accounts is in here, and your back into your QuickBooks Online. The way I usually get to my products is I go under lists and products and services, and that's where I enter my products in QuickBooks Online. Back into FrameReady, we want to click on the Open QuickBooks Integration settings and toggle the QuickBooks integration to on. We want to make sure that the version is on the world view instead of the desktop view. So once we've established that, we can press the Connect to QuickBooks option and log into our account. I have more than one company in QuickBooks, and I am using Sandbox as a test. So I select my Sandbox company, press Next, and I'm now authorized to use the QuickBooks Online. So we press Complete when that's done, and then we press this gear up in the upper right corner to start importing our data from QuickBooks. So we press, the first one is going to be customers. We import all customers from QuickBooks. If you have more than 1,000 customers, you may need some specialized integration for that, because there is a limit on how much QuickBooks allows you to import at one time. For our demo, we don't have that many. You might not have any QuickBooks customers if you're new to QuickBooks. If you're new to QuickBooks, you can skip the customer import step. Now, once you've imported your customers, if you have customers in both places, you will see those at the bottom of the screen under possible matches. And we'll click through here to see if we can find a possible match. Oh, I just saw one by company. So green means that it already has a link to a QuickBooks record. Most of the time you're not going to see that. It's going to be blue. And so you'll want to click on any blue links to make them green so that your companies in QuickBooks and the companies in FrameReady are matched up. QuickBooks doesn't like companies with the same name. It has even been picky about having employees with the same name as your customers. And so do make sure that everybody has a unique first and last name and company name, and that those are all matched up. Because if you try to push anything that already exists in QuickBooks and it's not previously matched, you will get a duplication error. So we can see we've got a few more that we could match up. It's just as simple as clicking on that link when you see one that matches. So for the purposes of our demo, we're not going to go through all of them and match every single one, but that's something you'll want to do if you've got data in both places. Under items, you will want to import your items. Now, once you have imported your items, there are several settings that you can toggle. You can opt to show them in lists or to not show them if there's certain ones that you want to leave out. The taxable information comes in from QuickBooks. That should not be adjusted here, but you'll want to make any adjustments necessary in your QuickBooks Online interface. So if you're doing refunds, you will want to designate just one of your products as a refund product. And here we have one called Customer Refund, and that's a great one to be able to designate. And also, notice when we clicked on items, you have an accounts option that pops up as well, and that's important for the refund part of this. So if you're planning on pushing refunds to QuickBooks, if you're going to be entering refunds at all and pushing those to QuickBooks, you'll want to you'll want to import and select which account you want to use for refunds. So when you're choosing, again, just like with products, we only want to choose one account, and we want to make sure that the type that we choose is classified as other current asset or a bank. And so we want to just click through and make sure that we designate one of the appropriate type. We could designate this one as a refund account or anything that is designated as other current asset or bank. So we've already done items. We definitely want to import our tax codes. The first few items will be not really tax codes, and so we can ignore those. You never want to choose those. You want one with an actual numeric ID, and you will want to select corresponding tax 1 and corresponding tax 2 for 2 of these records to match what you have set up for your tax 1 and tax 2 here. Those need to match. And for the purposes of our demo, I'm going to be marking our items as tax exempt because I have so many tax codes in here. And if you don't have them match up perfectly, then it does throw an error. So payment methods, you'll want to import those as well. With QuickBooks Online, it goes by the name. It does not go by the FrameReady value that's in here. So you'll just want to make sure that your FrameReady values that you're choosing for payment methods match one of these items exactly. For example, if you have American Express as 2 words, you will want to have it as 2 words in your drop-down list that your people are selecting from. Same with MasterCard. You want to make sure those all match. Once we have that all set up, there is an interface here in Contacts where we can push to QuickBooks. You can see that a lot of these have already been pushed. We'll make a new contact. So once we have some things filled out, we can push to QuickBooks. You'll want to make sure that you're using data that's normal here. You don't want to use these as notes fields or anything else. You want them to be of a reasonable length, because QuickBooks does have limits on the length. And also you want to avoid apostrophes and quotes. If you have an apostrophe or a quote in a value, just leave that out so it does not throw an error when you push to QuickBooks. So that, if you see a ID and an update time and date, that will let you know that that item has been accepted by QuickBooks. And here's an option that will let you find everything that's not yet pushed. So another interface you'll want to be aware of with this feature is products. When you go into a product, you have an option here for QuickBooks item. Now you'll see that all of our items here are very much like landscape items, because that's the sample database in QuickBooks that I'm working with. I'm just using their samples. So you'll want to map the items you have in FrameReady to these items ahead of time. That will save you a little bit of time to go through your products and do that. So back at the main menu, in Invoices, we can make a new invoice. And I can really enter anything I want here. FrameReady is very flexible that way. But once again, no quotes, no apostrophes. Leave those out. So you can enter as many as you want. And we can enter a payment. It can be a partial payment if you like. For instance, a down payment. And this is where you'll want to make sure that these match. And if you need to change any, you can choose the edit button and make sure that those match those values that you brought in to the QuickBooks preferences. So I'm going to make a new customer in case this person just walked in. We're going to make somebody new here. We hope that we have lots of new customers as well as lots of returns. So you can enter the same information here as you would on your contact screen. And when you're all set, you can push the done button. Oh, I said that I was going to mark these exempt. That's right. I'm marking these tax exempt for both 1 and 2 because I know that it's pretty hard right now with my data set to match those up. So we're just going to leave those out. And once we get to this screen, because I free typed in and did not choose a previously existing product that I had matched, then you'll want to do your matching here. You'll want to make sure that you are matching to your products either here or in your other interface. So as long as you have all green squares here, you should be all set. And then you're ready to push to QuickBooks. Oh, we might want to enter some terms here. That's one thing that it does like. So once you have the QuickBooks ID, you know that it went to QuickBooks. Now for refunds, you just want to click on the tab. Let's say that they've canceled their order and now they want their money back. So looks like we owe them $70.92. Then we just want to push that to QuickBooks as well again. And we can see by our number here that it has updated and we have issued a refund. And we can tell by the number here as well. So now if we want to look and see what that looks like in QuickBooks, I like to go to all sales. And let's just see what this looks like. Not sure what order this is putting it in here. Might help if we sorted by customer. We can find June newbie or the best frame shop, I think was the original one that we pushed. Let's just take a look here. Brand new customer is what this was called. So There they are, the brand new customer. And we can see that the brand new customer had a payment of $70.92, they had an invoice, and then they had a refund. So that is how that works, and that's where you can see it. And if you have any questions or encounter any difficulties, one of our support specialists will be happy to assist you. Thanks for watching.